up? It's Kate here, and welcome back to the channel. So I feel like recently I have really been trying to monitor my intrusive thoughts so that they are consistent and I'm showing up as the best version of myself that I can be. And I feel like that is really hard, especially after going through a major heartbreak or loss in your life. I know for me, I tend to easily get distracted and start ruminating on the past and things that I maybe wish I had done differently or anything like that. So in this video, I wanted to share with you guys how to become the main character in your life. I've seen this as a recent trend on social media and I really love the idea of it. I think it is a great way to find confidence and validation from within yourself because it is so important to take a step back and kind of remember the purpose that we have for our lives and just why God created us to be in this world. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be the premise of this video. I really hope that you guys enjoy watching. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up and subscribe, join the fam. Let's just go ahead and get into it. So being the main character to me essentially just means that you are putting yourself and the present moment as the current forefront of your mind. And this isn't necessarily coming from a selfish point of view or perspective. This is really just about making sure that you're letting go of any distractions or any negative headspace that you don't need to be there. I personally find when I am ruminating on something that's taking too much my attention, I love to start off with doing some affirmations and just recognizing my thoughts as simply just thoughts passing by. So some of the affirmations that I love to go to are, I am safe, I am grounded, and this is just a thought and it's not reality. I typically find that once I sit down and just kind of write those things down over and over for about like 5 minutes, then they really start to resonate with me and I'm able to let go and just be a little bit more centered. So this might be easier said than done for most depending on what your personality type is and how comfortable you are with getting out of your comfort zone. But I personally find that solo dates are so crucial when it comes to getting closer to yourself and letting go of making other people the forefront of your story. Sometimes it can be so easy to become the side character of your life and you really don't want that to be a factor. I personally love to go to cafes and just kind of sit by myself and just journal about certain aspects that I might love about my personality, maybe map out a 5-year plan or anything like that just to deepen who I really am. And I often find that if I'm constantly seeking validation from other people and focusing on trying to figure out like how I can kind of connect with them, I really do lose myself in the process. The more that you learn to enjoy being by yourself, the more confidence that you'll find. Another reason why spending time with yourself is so important is the idea that you'll be able to kind of pick yourself up and go and explore things without waiting for anyone else to join you. A lot of the time, my friends aren't always available whenever I want them to be. If there's something that I've really been wanting to try on my Pinterest board or something like that, I personally love that I have the capability to be able to kind of pick myself up and decide that I'm going to go and explore that thing on my own, especially if I do something by myself. I personally just love that I can take some more time to take a step back and appreciate my surroundings a little bit more and just romanticize my day-to-day with a playlist or something like that. Limiting social media the first 2 hours of my day and the last 2 hours of my day is definitely something that I'm really trying to work on. And the main reason for this is when I'm scrolling through Instagram or something like that, I often find that I compare myself to other people. I really start to fall into the trap of believing that I'm falling behind, and that's not usually something that a main character tends to do. So I try to kind of stop myself from falling into the trap of just being sucked into the lives of other people and take a step back to appreciate all the abundance that's in my own life. It becomes a lot more natural to kind of do that the less time that I spend scrolling on my phone and the more time that I spend actually looking around and appreciating the things that are actually there for me. One concept that I discovered recently is something that I actually find to be really interesting and useful, and that is the idea of taking certain qualities from your favorite book characters and kind of writing out all of the things about them that you kind of want to embody when it comes to facing day-to-day situations. For me, I personally love the main character from the Throne of Glass series. I just think that she is so empowering, she's confident, and she's really just fearless and doesn't let anything kind of get in her way. So whenever I am faced with moments of self-doubt or anything like that, I really just kind of like to look inward and think of those those aspects that I want to apply to basically just kind of like whatever's going on. And it's a really simple way for me to kind of take anything that I might be going through and kind of control what aspects I do have influence over. So while you're doing this, I did also want to make sure to note that it is so important not to lose yourself in the process. One of the ways that I like to just keep in touch with myself is making sure that I am staying connected with my faith. So if I'm having a bad day or something like that, I will take out my Bible and I'll just start reading some encouraging verses or psalms, anything like that. And I'll just say a little prayer for God to help me bring me back to myself. And it really does center me and just makes me remember that the world is so much bigger. Really trying to just fill my mind with more positive and constructive thoughts instead of negative ones. Something else that a main character will do is that they will really try to not explain themselves as much as possible. So what I mean by this is if you feel like you are making a decision that aligns with what your heart is telling you to do, it's so important that if people ask you why you're doing something, to just say, that's just what feels right for me, and kind of move on from it. You are explaining yourself more than you're actually enjoying what you're doing, then that really does kind of take away from just, you know, all the joy of your decision making. And you really want to make sure that you're not taking any input from anyone else and you're just living life for yourself. Keeping promises to yourself is also something that is so crucial to do, and I often struggle with this, so I'm definitely not perfect. But one of the things that I find kind of aligns with this is if you tell yourself you are going to be healthy one week because you noticed you didn't eat as well the last week. And I find that doing this allows you to really kind of trust yourself, and yeah, it just is encouraging when you actually take care of the habits that you want to incorporate into your life. You just feel, you know, more accomplished and fulfilled. Another recommendation that I have for you would be to take some time and specifically map out your day with time blocking. I personally find this to be so helpful when it comes to minimizing distractions that might make me feel like the side character in my life. If I have a game plan for what I'm going to be doing on a specific day, then that really just kind of minimizes the quiet moments where I might have self-doubt or anything like that, and it really just keeps me focused on what I want to achieve or accomplish. So that is going to be it for this video. It is just so crucial to make sure that you are really taking care of yourself and working on your confidence so that you can just live the happiest life you can. I really want that for you, and I hope that you took something away from this video, even though it was a little bit short. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!